Sing that shit.
But before I hop right into it, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, SeatGeek. Now, I know you guys have already heard of this app, but if you haven't, I would highly recommend that you go check it out. SeatGeek is an app that takes all the confusion out of buying a ticket. Be it a game, concert, Broadway show, whatever the occasion may be, they got you. And they even give you a out of 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or a bad deal. Green good, red bad. And if you're still kind of iffy on it, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. And there will be a link to it in the description box below. And remember, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you will get $20 off your first purchase. So go check them out. So far this season, the Denver Nuggets has been on fire. Right now, as the making of this video, they're number 1 in the Western Conference and 6th in defensive rating. Compared to last season, they were 23rd in the league, and they also have the 8th best offensive rating in the league. But the main reason for their success is because of their star player, Nikola Jokic, who to a lot of people is an MVP candidate and is most likely due to make his first All-Star game this season. And he's been accomplishing all of this while missing most of his star teammates like Gary Harris and Paul Millsap, Will Barton, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Porter Jr. for large portions of the season. Also, the dude's averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds, and a crazy 7 assists per game for a center. And yes, I'm gonna say it, Nikola Jokic has already proven that he is the best passing big man of all time, and I already made a video talking about this, so if you want to go check it out, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. And he's also doing all of this at the age of only 23. But if we go all the way back to the 2014 NBA draft, nobody ever expected Nikola Jokic to become the player that he is today, and I'm pretty sure nobody even knew who he was besides the Denver Nuggets, and for him to be having all this success is simply amazing. But with that being said, today I'm gonna be talking about Nikola Jokic's crazy draft night story. Now, the 2014 NBA draft would end up defining the future for the Denver Nuggets. They just came off a disappointing season, going 26-46, and they were a veteran team in need of some young talent and depth and a new corner piece for their franchise. So they ended up trading their number 11 pick, which turned out to be Doug McDermott, to Chicago for their 16th and 19th pick, which the Nuggets got Gary Harris and Jusuf Nurkic. This was a great move and, a great draft night by the Nuggets front office because they got Gary Harris, who would end up playing a big part in the future of this team. But later that night, little did the Denver Nuggets know they would end up drafting their new franchise player after Carmelo Anthony, as in the second round with the 41st pick, they ended up taking a chance on a Serbian big man named Nikola Jokic, and little did he know he would end up becoming the Nuggets' new franchise player. Now, if you were to search up a video of Nikola Jokic on draft night, this is what you'll find.
Two things you only dreamed would come together.
During the picking of Nikola Jokic, ESPN decided to show commercials instead of the draft. But as for Nikola Jokic, on the night when he was drafted, he wasn't even there. And actually, on draft night, he was at home in Serbia asleep, not thinking that he'd actually get drafted. But could you just imagine being asleep while a life-changing moment is happening of getting drafted in the NBA? But a report from Bleacher Report stated that his older brother, Nemanja, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, called from New York to break the news while popping a bottle of champagne, and while asleep, Nikola Jokic answered the phone and his brother shouted, "You got drafted in the NBA, how do you sleep right now?" Also, at that time, 10 days prior to the draft, Nikola Jokic's agent even thought about pulling him out of the draft, but luckily he didn't. But of course, after that, nobody really thought much of the move because once again, besides the Nuggets, I'm pretty sure nobody even knew who he was. And it kind of makes sense because Nikola Jokic was a fat kid, who couldn't really jump, didn't have any athleticism, and didn't really fit the mold for what teams were looking for in a center. But luckily, Nuggets fans aren't really complaining, and as Nuggets Nets fan myself, this is honestly one of the biggest steals in NBA history, as only in his 4th season in the NBA is already getting some MVP honors, and compared to Andrew Wiggins, who was the #1 pick in that year's draft, is already a better player and leader and will most likely make an all-star game before him. But with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today, and shout out to the Denver Nuggets scouts and player development. They've been doing a great job throughout the years. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe for more NBA content. And you know, while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on all my social medias. Links to my Twitter and Instagram will be in the comment section below and in the description box below. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all later. Peace.
This is a Chuki Beat production.